loves, good day and welcome back to my channel. It's Doris as always, and I'm back with another reaction video as usual. So if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for clicking. And then to my old subscribers, thank you for the love. I don't take it for granted. So loves, as you can see from the title of today's video, I'm going to be reacting to this. Is there a difference between women and men? Is there a difference? Ted Cruz grills human rights activists, and I can't wait to hear what all this is all about. So without further ado, let's just dive right into the reaction. Let's see what they have to say. So let's go.
Cruz. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Let's see.
Title IX was a landmark civil rights law. It helped create the incredible breadth of women's sports and girls' sports that we see across the country. I believe in girls' sports. I believe in women's sports. I'm the proud father of 2 daughters who are both athletes. Okay. I think participating in competitive sports is a wonderful thing for a young girl. I think it is a wonderful thing for a woman. And I think, unfortunately, today's Democrat Party has decided that women's sports and girls' sports no longer matters.
Why?
And they're willing to push radical legislation designed to destroy
it's ridiculous.
Girls' sports and women's sports. Ms. Gaines, I want to
no
thank you.
No longer matters. Why? Okay, let's just.
You're relatively young, but you have demonstrated incredible courage. And because you have dared to speak up, you have been demonized, you have been vilified. I saw when you were attacked by a leftist mob at San Francisco State University.
Oh my goodness.
For daring to speak up. You had an incredible record as a swimmer at the University of Kentucky. You were a 2-time NCAA All-American. You were a 5-time SEC champion. You're an SEC record holder and a 2-time Olympic trial qualifier. But yet on March 27th, 2022, something changed. What happened on March 17th, 2022?
Okay.
That's when Thomas and I raced in the 200 freestyle and again resulted in a tie.
Wow.
And so you tied. What was the consequence of tying?
We went behind the awards podium where typically you're handed your trophy, you're marched out, you're named an All-American. And so we go back there and the official looks at both Thomas and myself and says, "Great job, but you guys tied. And we only have 1 trophy, therefore we're giving this trophy to Leah." And I question this and I say, why? And at first I shortened it in my testimony, but really he stumbled on his words. He didn't know how to answer this. And at first he's, well, we're just doing this in chronological order. To which I further pressed and I said, okay, well, what are you being chronological about? Okay. Because we tied.
Yeah.
If we're doing this off alphabetical order, G comes before T. So what are you being chronological about? To which this wasn't a script they had prepared for him. And he actually appreciated his honesty. He did say, we have to give the trophy for Leah because Leah has to have it for pictures. They've made that clear. Leah has to have the trophy for pictures. You can pose with this trophy, but you have to give yours back. You have to go home empty-handed. Leah Thomas takes the trophy home. End of story.
What?
Now, let me ask you, as someone who's competed at the elite level, in your experience, is there a difference between women and men?
Of course. I think we learned this at a very young age, watching even 12 and unders play. Going through puberty causes irreversible advantage that no matter the training, no matter the diet, no matter any alterable change you can make will overcome that male advantage, especially in sports like swimming where lung capacity matters so much. Even something as silly as throat size, men have on average a 40% larger throat, which sounds like it's nothing. But when you're grasping for air, that 40% larger throat makes a huge difference in athletic success, not to mention height. You guys know the differences.
Ms. Robinson, do you agree with Ms. Gaines that there's a difference between women and men?
If the question is about trans women...
I'm just asking, is there a difference between women and men?
What I can say is that the NCAA has rules in place. They've had rules in place for the last decade, and when this competition happened,
I'm going to try again.
The rules were clear.
Do you believe there's a difference between women and men?
Answer the question.
It's a yes/no question. Do you believe there's a difference?
Oh, I think that we're talking about this case with the NCAA.
No, I'm asking a question. Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? Most people could answer this very simply. I'm curious if you're willing to do so.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just putting it into the context context of the
Is that a yes?
conversation that we're having. I think that there are definitions related to sex.
Is
but
that
I
a
also
yes?
think
So I'm
that when
trying to
we're-
get a yes or no. I'm not trying to get a speech.
Exactly.
Is there a difference between women and men?
I think that there are definitions for biological sex.
Okay, so you're
which
not
is
answering
different
that.
than
Let me ask
gender.
you this question then. Why do women's sports exist? If you can't define a difference between women and men, why not abolish women's sports and just tell little girls to swim with little boys and see who wins?
Oh, I'm simply saying that that sex
My
is different
question,
than gender.
why
and I do
do-
believe
why
that
do
women's
women's
sports
sports
have a great
exist?
value. I mean, Senator, I'll tell you right
Ms.
now.
Robinson, please answer the question I'm asking you.
Absolutely.
Why do women's sports exist?
I think that there are so many positive benefits to sports.
But
I mean,
why have a
we've talked
separate
about it here
category for
today.
women? If
Why
there's
is
no
she-
difference
why
between
is
women
she
and
so
men, why to have women's
complicated?
sports?
I'm saying that there's a difference between sex and gender, and that the NCAA has rules in place, which they have for the
So,
last decade.
Mr. Chairman,
which
I
determine
would
that
like to enter into
related
the
to
record an
participation.
article from Duke Law called Comparing Athletic Performances for the Best Elite Women to Boys and Men. And it goes through examining in 2017 the top records for women in the world in various track and field events. So, for example, in the 100 meter, the top record for women in the world was 10.71 seconds. Now, that record for the number one woman in the world in 2017 was, in the year 2017, broken by 124 boys under 18. In that same year, the record for the number one competing woman in the 100-meter dash in the world was broken by a total of 2,474 men. If the radical Democrat agenda to destroy girls' sports and women's sports succeeds, little girls will not have a chance to compete. So I ask unanimous consent that this article be entered into the record.
Okay.
Without objection. Senator Padilla?
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Colleagues, a recent
Wow. Wow. This isn't even funny. Really, it isn't funny to think this. Sorry, excuse my words, but this I don't want. I really am forced to say this so-called human rights president who wasn't even able to answer a question directly. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think this person is even supposed to be a human rights president. Answer a question of yes or no, and you can't answer. Is there a difference between a man and a woman, and she's just trying to complicate the whole issue? This whole thing, since Riley Gaines, since she had a tie with a transgender athlete, she has received lots of attacks, lots of bashing, and all of that, and it's really uncalled for. First of all, after the whole tie, after she had a tie during one of her sports performance, how it's ridiculous to say a transgender woman should participate in women's category of sports. So okay, you being transgender just automatically means you are now a female. If you decide to trans from a male to a female so you can participate in women's sports, I just feel like it doesn't make sense, because really Riley has campaigned against this trans inclusion in women's categories of sports because she's arguing that those with biologically male bodies have an unfair advantage over those with biological women. And it's true. Yeah. No matter what, even if you become a trans, you are still a male. That's just how I see it, no matter how we try to paint it. So it's more like they have an unfair, very, very unfair advantage over biological women, over women actually, not even but you are a woman, woman from birth, and this whole thing is messed up. It's messed up. I don't think like it's right for a trans woman to compete in women's sports. I don't think it is. As much as we try to say, okay, now she's a female, how does it even make sense to you? Does it even make, what is the world turning into? This is something else. It's possible I'll receive a lot of backlash from those people, but I'll just do well to block you, delete your comments and all of that. And because it just doesn't make, we have freedom of speech, and to me it just doesn't make sense. It's really unfair, it's uncalled for. And even recently she was attacked when she was doing her business of activism, and it's really sad. It's really, really sad because if you are a trans, maybe they should be, to just make everything equal, probably they should be, we have men's sports, we have women's sports, maybe they should have something as trans sports so they could compete among themselves. Makes it fair enough, right? Makes it fair. So that's what I think. That's it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you all in my next one. But for now, this is bye.